Can you move Bosch there if you need to? No?
He's too fat. You have a hard time getting that ball through his thighs. Matt Jones looks really good. I'm really happy with his progression, and we were really happy with Jacob. But now we're back to square one with trying to find out who the number 2 is.
Coach Gibson mentioned Giovanni Stewart really kind of jumped out.
He looks good. He's thick, you know. I think he was a little lost last year as a freshman, which is very natural. Guys coming in, you try to get a few things out of him on special teams. The thing I noticed, he played on my brother's high school football team down in Texas. And what we noticed out of him was his knack of being around the ball. Didn't see that a whole lot last year, but starting to see it a little bit more.
Running backs, you got a lot of them there. You're talking to guys today, they look pretty good. Pretty happy with them?
Yep, we got good competition. I wish we had that kind of competition at every one of the other positions because it makes that a lot more fun to watch. Crawford looks good, Kennedy McCoy looks good, Petaway looks good. Kennedy's versatility has looked really good. Watching him in the slot looks really good. And then Tevin is as good as advertised. He's very versatile as well. You know, you can hand it to him, but he's a natural pass catcher. So his route running is much better than I thought it would be at this point. We're so thin at receiver. It's sickening. Marcus Sims is out with a concussion. Yeah, you know, he'll be out for a little while, but we got guys that I don't know their names out there running routes. We're so thin. We need more numbers at receiver. So we have to make up by having Tevin and Kennedy and Wesco and Eli be receivers when the time comes for that. But yeah, the competition is good at that spot. I wish we had it everywhere.
Do you like having to be this resourceful in the spring? I mean, I know your numbers are always down, but does that
It doesn't hurt anything. I mean, you're probably, you know, every spring you're going to rep guys that aren't going to get a whole lot of snaps in the fall. That's everywhere. I mean, that's everywhere. You can't get too bent out of shape without repping some guys that you know aren't going to play. You just got to kind of piece it together to where you're getting the totality of the reps. You know, quarterbacks are snapping the ball. They're communicating in the huddle. Been happy with our O-line as far as you know, just being physical and holding up and getting a lot of reps at that point. Grant's looked decent. So we got a certain amount of snaps we know we got to get to be able to gather the cut-ups and all that good stuff. And we're on our way towards getting that done.
With Jake working with quarterback, he's a little bit more free to move around.
I'm a weather guy.
Yeah. So what do you do?
See, look, now we're good. It's just hit. This hit right at time, right on time. I mean, right about the time 4:30, these guys start running out of here. I figured this thing was going to break up. Y'all need a weatherman. I'm free. I got more time.
So, but do you
and I coach those guys out there.
do you visit other positions, work maybe more than you have in the past?
Yeah, I run around. I'm a referee. I'm a special teams coach. I'm a weatherman. I'm a caddy on the golf cart. Get recruits and throw them in the back and run them around and talk to them when they're here. That's what I do. Referees, that's fun. Mediator.
Would you scream at yourself if you were a referee and you were in the huddle?
No, I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to get thrown out of the game. I know the new rules. So I'm practicing putting myself in their shoes. Right?
Since the last time we had him on your staff, the strides that you've seen in Jake and his growth, that now you can walk around and be a weatherman and a ref and he'll take over the offense.
Yeah, I knew he was headed there. I didn't want to lose him when I lost him, but it made a lot of sense for him to go call the plays at A&M. 2 years after that, you know, coaching against him when he beat us in the bowl game, I thought their offensive staff was in disarray at that point. And he took it over and they played well on offense. So that grabbed my attention. And then transitioning to another staff and taking a group that had lost a lot. Thought he did well with that as well. So he's been following him. I knew he'd be ready. This was kind of the time that made sense to be able to get somebody in here that could give us some help and allow me to do some different things.
Another guy who's back, David Sills, he says he's been working inside a good bit. How you've seen him, just step right in as a guy who's familiar with obviously campus and the team itself.
He's a starting quarterback mentality in the receiver room. He brings a lot of football knowledge and familiarity with what we're doing. He's happy to be back. He's doing well. He had a little bit of a pulled hamstring for a couple of days, so hopefully he's dressed out today. Hopefully we get a lot more out of him. But his presence in the huddle is really good. I mean, Will brings a lot to the presence aspect of being in the huddle, leadership-wise, and confidence, and having David right next to him is, increases the leadership aspect of what that huddle is. Losing Skyler, losing Tyler, lost some pretty strong personalities. I think we're replacing them with some strong personalities as well.